in the time of Chair Chito, it has been very crucial for us to talk about several issues, to address those matters, even if it was unpopular, and to bring out there our position. And as an educator, we have to educate people about human rights and about the mandate of the CHR. That has been especially difficult in the time of social media. There has been a lot of disinformation and misinformation in the past years. We had to make sure that we were also very accessible to the people, that we also had to engage people in social media platforms, because that is where the conversation is going on. And then, of course, we also have our mandate on legal protection. Uh, we do um, we do give legal assistance to the vulnerable, and then we
Mhm.
also visit detention facilities. So that, in a nutshell, is the mandate of the CHR. We've often been misunderstood, Sita.
It's different to provide a lawyer. It is different to file cases, legal
That's
cases
right.
against someone. Is the CHR obligated or empowered to authorized to actually file cases against state actors or government officials or representatives or employees of government?
No, Sito. The CHR is primarily an investigative body, and therefore, our findings will result to recommendations, and these recommendations are submitted to the appropriate fora. Say, for example, the NPS, the Ombudsman, the IAS, and we rely upon these other pillars of the justice system to act on those recommendations. We do belong in the first pillar on the investigation side. We don't have prosecutorial powers right now, and therefore we rely upon other agencies to act on our on our recommendations, and that is the reason why it's very important that there is a whole of governance approach when it comes to addressing human rights violations.
How are the people at the CHR going to select the next chairperson? Is it done by a vote, by appointment? Who and how do you end up being a member of the CHR?
Well, first, Chito, it's the executive that appoints members of the commission. It's unfortunate that Chito passed away before his term ends on May next year. There would have been a sixth commission coming in during May 5 of next year. And then there is one principle that national human rights institutions such as ours abide by, and that is the principle of pluralism. As I mentioned a while ago, we would
Mhm.
want members of the commission to come from diverse backgrounds so that they are able to mirror different perspectives when they're able to decide on matters pertaining to human rights. And then we also want the commission to be independent. And then they apply, or they are selected by the executive.
Okay, so the chairperson will be selected by the sitting president.
That's right.
Okay, well, good luck on that one. We don't know who will be the next, but does he get to choose outside or he has to choose from the existing members of the
Well,
panel?
we can do both actually. As I mentioned a while ago, we have four dynamic commissioners left. We are hopeful that one will be chosen among them. If, for example, the president chooses not to appoint one, then that's perfectly all right too, because we still have a majority. It's a collegial body, so not one single person decides on critical
Mm.
issues, but it's by a majority vote. And therefore, the CHR remains to function even at this time.
Another question that I had in mind was, do you only act on big cases, serious cases? Kasi, parang,
No,
uh,
yeah.
please.
You know, Sito, before this administration, majority of the cases, probably 80% of our cases, are only ordinary cases. Ordinary in the regard that these are not the big cases, not the sensational cases. These are cases pertaining to everyday life. People come into the commission for domestic abuse cases. They ask for legal advice pertaining to their work, their land issues, demolitions. So the rape cases, child abuse cases, those were the usual cases that we were handling prior to the war on drugs.
Okay,
And then there's
so
only a handful of sensational cases, only a handful of serious human rights violations such as torture, enforced disappearance, or as what we would say, extrajudicial killings.